Today I'm going to tell you an interesting story about the life of San Joselito. San Joselito is also known as the patron saint of altar boys, teenagers, and the Sahuayo. He was born on March 28, 1913, in a small town of Sahuayo in Michoacan, Mexico. His name was Jose Luis Sanchez del Rio, and he was the youngest of 4 children in a devout Catholic family. In his young age, San Joselito showed a deep love for Jesus, and he always prayed the rosary with his mother. He was also an altar boy and always loved to serve Mass whenever he could in his parish church. However, in the early 1900s, Catholicism held a significant influence in Mexico's government. This meant that the Catholic Church was closely tied to the government's bureaucracy and politics. So to gain independence and separation from the Church, the Mexican president at that time enforced strict anti-Catholic laws. These laws were designed to restrict religious freedom in public life. This included prohibiting public worship, closing Catholic schools, punishing priests who spoke out against the government, and imposing many other severe restrictions. There were so many violent repressions, executions, and tortures to Catholic civilians all over the country. As a result, a movement known as the Cristero Soldiers rose up to defend religious freedom during Mexico's violent struggle for faith and liberty. When San Joselito turned 13 years old, he joined this group and wanted to be a defender of faith. At first, General Prudencio Mendoza, the leader of the group, turned him away because he was too young. Moved by his passion and persistence, the general eventually accepted him as the flag bearer and assistant. Then, in 1928, the uprising broke out and a fierce battle began. San Joselito was unfortunately captured by the government forces. He was imprisoned in a church that was converted into a stable. In his prison cell, he even drew messages on the walls with charcoal, such as Viva Cristo Rey or Long Live Christ the King. Then they tried to break his spirit and faith. The government officials offered him freedom if he would renounce Christ. He refused and said, "I would rather die than betray Jesus Christ." Then, on the night of February 10, 1928, San Joselito was brutally tortured. His captors cut the soles of his feet and forced him to walk through the town toward the cemetery. Every step he made, they beat him and asked him again to deny his faith. But he only cried out louder, "Viva Cristo Rey and Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe, pray for us." When they reached the cemetery, they gave him one last chance to recant, but again, he refused. So they shot him in the head and dumped his body in a shallow grave. He died as a martyr at only 14 years old. After his death, people all over Mexico started talking about his martyrdom and were moved by his faith. Then, devotion to his name began to grow and miracles started to happen in his intercession. On October 16, 2016, Pope Francis canonized him as a saint. Today, San Joselito is venerated as the patron saint of altar boys, teenagers, and in Sahuayo. His feast day is celebrated every 10th of February. If you like stories like this, follow, like, and subscribe.